So you get out the door in the morning to the mailbox, to open up your mailbox. And you notice inside of yourself that there is a hope, a desire for the things that you ordered to have arrived yet. And at the same time, there is this resistance inside of you to possible bills that you haven't seen coming. You know what I mean? Or you go to the gym or to your hobby and secretly you desire that this one person is going to be there this day. And at the same time, you really resist this stupid guy to be there and you really hope that he isn't today, right? Or maybe you have kids and you have this underlying idea, a feeling, a perception of how you want your kids to be when they grow up. And every time they do something that, or they act in a certain way, or they talk in a certain way, or they do certain things, that it's other than this idea that you hope that they're going to become like, then you have this internal resistance to what they're doing. This internal tug of war between resistance and attachment has nothing to do with moral values or judgment, knowing right or wrong, or intelligence. This internal reaction to life is really on a lower realm than your true intelligence, which is on a higher realm of your consciousness. When you internally resist or attach to the outcome of life, to what happens outside of you, to what comes around the corner when you are moving through life, you are creating the experience of being victimized by life, because you're creating the experience of a division, as if what happens internally inside of you is other than what happens externally outside of you. The energy that you have inside of you creates your internal experience. And that energy is the same energy as external energy that creates external events. The division is artificial and can be experienced as either resistance or attachment. When you turn your back to the movement of life, you resist certain things that happen, and you are attached to certain outcomes, then you are creating an artificial line, an artificial division between you and life. And that artificial division is victimization. It feels that life is happening to you rather than as you. While in reality, the energies that are inside of you that create your resistance, your perceptions, your attachment, all of your feeling is the same energy that creates the events outside in life. It's one energy. And resistance and attachment is creating an internal loop, you could say, an internal movement of energy that feeds on itself rather than connected with life. When you turn your back to life, you disconnect from life. And then life happens to you. Isn't that obvious? Isn't that logical? Maybe it's not. You know, when this internal energy is independent from what happens outside, this is the seed of fear. When you are attached to things and you resist things, you start to fear what the next moment is going to bring. You victimize yourself and you are in fear. It's very, very subtle. But this is a fearful state to be in. But you want to know a secret? Fear hides under the stones you don't turn. When you do not turn your back to things and you let things be as they are. By the way, this is something that doesn't happen overnight. Those energies inside of you, they have a momentum to them. They form your perceptions. Your perceptions form your reality. It has momentum to it. It has habit to it. But the beauty is that you know now this principle. And then every time it pokes up, there is this little tiny little bit of you that is going to see what happens and is going to look at things as they are just a little bit more than yesterday. And this sets in motion the changes that you want. In Japan, they call this kizoku. It means incremental change over time. When you know something and you keep on implementing it bit by bit, it changes over time. The start of this change is what matters, not the outcome. Start to look at life as it presents itself to you, and the changes come automatically. Don't turn your back to anything that happens in the world. See your attachments and your resistance inside of you without changing it. I'm not talking about changing it. I'm talking about seeing it, and don't react to it. Don't have it as a guide. That's really the thing. If you know what goes on, if you do not know what goes on inside of you, if you do not know your attachment and resistance when it comes up, then you are a victim to it. Then it kind of guides you. But when you know what goes on, then you can see the momentum, the movement. And every time you see it, it weakens just a little bit. And you are on the right track for permanent, lasting, big change. And another beautiful thing is that you'd be very surprised at how willing life is to work with you if you drop resistance and attachments.